Welcome back to this session. As you are all aware that the elderly people, maybe whichever classification they are in, which age group they are, they will face one or the other problem as discussed. And these problems could be physical, these could be physiological, these could be social, these could be economical, and these could be emotional, and these could be health in general. All these problems are interrelated. One has the impact on another, and when combined effects of all these problems have a very worse effect on the health of the elderly, because the quality of their life gets deteriorated if all these problems are there, and if support system and facilities are not there. Their quality of life, they may live long, but their quality of life will get deteriorated. So in order to improve their quality of life, all efforts which we were discussing earlier also, all efforts need to be geared, and the care of health workers for making them healthy is very, very important, because the health workers are always in contact with the elderly in the hospitals, and when they also go to the home visits, they are also in contact with the elderly people in the community situation. Therefore, you have an onus of responsibility to identify them and provide them with that information to them and their nears and dears or the family members, that what facilities are available there. So keeping all this in view, we said that they may have general problems, they may have economical problems, they may have emotional problems with which they can really get more worse, and then they may have loneliness, because these are all related to the emotional. But the important thing is that they also can become sick, they also have health problems, and these health problems could be based on the systems, as we are discussing, that there are problems in the cardiovascular system, there can be heart failure, there can be heart attacks, there can be strokes, there can be many things. The respiratory system, we were discussing that there could be problems in the respiratory system, breathing difficulty could be there, because there could be asthma, because all these systems get sluggish. And there could be, Dr. Rita, there could be some additional systems. We're talking about the gastrointestinal system, that their digestion capability goes down, and their food choices become different, and their taste becomes different. Then there are other systems also. There is immunological system, genitourinary system, endocrine system, all other systems also. Can you briefly tell us about what all systems are there, and then what general care can be given to them?
Yes, as Madam has rightly said, that cardiovascular system get affected, respiratory system get affected, gastrointestinal system very important, as with the age the oral mucosa membrane stops functioning. There is no taste in them. Even if you are giving them a lot of salt or lot of sugar or hot food, still they will feel that it is tasteless. It is very, very cold. They are not feeling like eating it, and at the same time their metabolic rate also gets slowed down. So what the things they were used to eat in the young age, and now in the old age they can eat, but it is not digestible. It will lead to peptic ulcers or acidity or some malabsorptions. So that is how the gastrointestinal also get affected. And if we know that these are the problem of the gastrointestinal system, hence your planning will go to how you are going to plan their care related to the depending upon the problem of that particular individual, because every individual will have some or the other problem. All individual will not have same problem related to any system. So planning has to be done individually for individual patients. Constipation also is a major problem among elderlies due to the large intestine is muscles get relaxed, and the food the waste material get impacted, and they are not able to pass it. So in the elderly, constipation is also a major problem, and you will need to ask them what all problems they are having. Sometimes they even don't feel like telling to the even health worker that they are facing these problems, because they find it shy of telling these kind of constipation and related problem, bowel disease also. So you have to be very very respectful to them, make rapport with them, so that they try to tell their problems, and then you tell them the solution to their problems. So same way endocrine system, as we are telling, every system get affected due to age related changes. So endocrine system also get affected. Hormonal imbalance can be there. They can have hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, diabetes mellitus is another endocrine system problem. So you does not miss problem of any system. Then musculoskeletal system, again, as there is loss of the motor cells and the respective replacement of the connective tissue and the fats, so they have problem with the mobility while standing or while sitting or while moving, walking. Again, these are locomotor functions and which get deteriorated. They have less body movements, and deficiency of the various hormones also take place, like growth hormones and the androgen and the estrogens. So these are the musculoskeletal problem. And as you know, bone is the dynamic tissue with the ongoing remodeling throughout the life. So, and the calcium get depletion, and they can even get the problem like osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and osteoporosis, and they are very very prone to fractures. So you have to keep in mind that bones are very very fragile and weak in the older people, and they are likely to get fractures. So these were the musculoskeletal system which is involved. Then genitourinary and the reproductive system, again it is a very very important to look after the genitourinary problem, especially because of the they have high risk of infections, as the residual urine they are not able to pass, it keeps on collecting in the bladder, and which can cause later on infections. And then they have life threatening hyponatremia, as they keep on adjust their doses as per the ages, so they get lot of side effect of the medication if the dose is not given in the right amount. So that can also lead to many complications. And then nocturnal nocturia, they try to go for passing urine more in the night time than in the days. And urinary incontinence, so these are the muscles get lapse of the bladder, and they have no control. Sometimes urine get dribbling, and even the bed get wet. So these are the problems in the elderly. Then sense organs are also having, like vision is the most common. Mostly everybody, as age related cataract is always there, which get fully cured, but they have less of vision, and that can lead to many like social problem. And socially they remain isolated. When they are not able to see, they don't try to go outside, and when they don't meet other people, so they remain socially isolated. Hearing is also a problem. Somebody is talking to them and they are not able to hear the things. Then tactile sensations, hot and cold touch. So these are the functions which get deteriorated, which needs to be taken care of when you identify these problems. Along with that, when they have done the assessment as per their age, as per their physical abilities, functional abilities, it is difficult to find out the problems in the elderly, because developing rapport is difficult, because sometimes they are in depression. They have, as madam has told, that social problems are there. They are more in depression, and sometimes they are very very lonely. They don't come out very easily with their problems. So you need to take them into confidence to get out, so that they verbalize their problems. And you should have lot of patience to listen to
yes.
them.
That is very important.
Yes.
Patience for the family members and health workers is very very important, because the elderly we may say same thing every time. They will say again and again. They will repeat everything. They will repeat, and then the person should have the patience to listen to the person. With sometimes we just, if you talk about the elderly which are really in your homes also, and even being health workers, we sometimes get really worked up what is how the person is talking about. But soon, because you are aware about the elderly problems, you realize, we as a health worker realize, yes, this is a normal phenomena in the elderly. If a such person is talking like this needs to be understood, because the person, layman, who doesn't know the problems of elderly, which commonly occur in everybody, tomorrow you and me who will enter into this age group will definitely have same problems. So we need to realize, and we also need to sensitize the other family members, also the community members, that these problems are normal in case of elderly, and we have to bear with them, because if you don't bear with them, they will feel neglected, and then you have to explain them also that this happens normally, this will happen because with the age group. I come many a times, the elderly people, they will on the roadside, they will say, my son has said this, my son has not given me medicine, will you take me to the hospital, like this, will you make me to put on the rickshaw and I will go to the hospital and all. Then you feel, what can you do? As a health worker, you cannot deny the fact, because tomorrow in the present situation, in sometimes if something goes wrong to that you have also to take care. If you are going to help a person on the roadside who is elderly, making him to sit on somewhere, some rickshaw or giving some help, so what will happen, that also you have to take. What will happen, sometimes something goes wrong with that person, because you are not all through with them, something goes wrong and then you will be caught. So all these things really have to be taken care of, and they will again and again look for your help, because that person helped me today, tomorrow also I will go to them. So for these purposes also, the family has to be sensitized, because family do not know that this is a normal phenomena in an elderly, because elderly always have the fear of death. It is a real fact that they have a fear of death. That is why some person they want around them. So if somebody is not around them, they will call for the help. Even if they don't require help, they are all right. But still they will see that somebody should be with them. And these are all normal phenomena, because that happens in them. Their attitude gets changed, and then we have to bear with them and also educate them, and also involve them into the activities of daily life, and make them to utilize their muscles, their hands, their legs, to move, to walk, little bit whatever they can do, not beyond their capacity, but don't make them restricted to one place. That is very important.
You have to remember that 3 sets of goals are there. First of all, you maintain the self-care ability. Second is prevent complications in the aging, and then delaying in the decline of the normal functioning. So maintaining self-care means that whatsoever activities of daily living they are able to carry out themselves, let them encourage them to do themselves. As per their ability, you need to strengthen their self-care abilities. Assessment will also tell you that whom you are assessing, whether he is fully dependent on you or whether he is partially dependent on you, and you also identify what all activities which require to be taken care of by the health professional.
Nowadays there are so many tools to identify.
Yes.
We sometimes use as a research, we use
Yes.
how much they can do depending upon their capability.
Yes.
There are
Assessment
many
tools will
scales,
tell.
assessment
Scales
tools will tell that
yes.
what is their capacity
Yes,
of life.
yes.
Accordingly they can be given the
Yes.
work to be done.
Yes, and the second goal is to prevent the complication, because as the age progresses, they are likely to get some or the other non-communicable disease. So in that case, if the disease has occurred, then you need to take care of that elderly in such a way that you prevent further complications, because disease has already occurred, but now it should not lead to further complications. So to avoid complications, you need to monitor as per their disease. Suppose patient is having diabetes mellitus or hypertension, you need to regularly monitor blood pressure or blood sugar level to find out, to ascertain that it is under control. If these parameters are under control, that means you are delaying complications. And third goal is the delaying the decline. So whatsoever decline, disability has occurred, it should not further progress. For that, occupational therapist also play important role here to rehabilitate them in such a way that the disability is declined further. So these are the 3 goals of caring the elderly.
There are some domains also of elderly care. where you can promote the care of elderly in a very positive manner.
Yes. Yeah.
What are some of those domains?
So there are two domains. One is you promote healthy aging. As we were discussing that even the person has become 110 years old, but he is not having much of the diseases, locomotor functions he is able to perform, and he is leading socially active life also.
Basically, you have to promote the positive feeling in them and make the routine, whatever routine he was doing earlier, you allow him to do, and do the periodic health checkups. That is very, very important. Hygiene is very important. These things are periodical checkup, involvement in the daily activities of daily living, and also the nutrition, and also social contact. You involve them, because sometimes what happens, you will say, you won't be able to do. So that really deteriorates their life. So the promotional aspects have to be promoted. Main importance is that as long as they live, they should have a good quality of life, and for that it's very important for the health workers to sensitize the family about it.
Like Madam has rightly said about promoting healthy aging means maintaining their daily routine. So some of the activities you can just assess their daily routine activities, and if you find that they are finding any problem in doing certain activities, so you can simplify the process. You help them in simplifying how to carry out these activities. Each activities like eating, napping during the daytime, going for sleep at the night and getting up in the morning, or exercising or walking, entertaining, involving in the religious activities. These help in maintaining their daily routine. Balancing is there between physical and the emotional, and sometimes if they are involved in excessive napping during the daytime, suppose they have slept the whole day, so that means now the whole night they will find very difficult to sleep. So if the routine is maintained, then it will be easy for them to have sound sleep at night. So that way you can help them. Then physical activity, again make a routine of their physical activity also, that what time they find it comfortable to go for a walk. It is not always necessary that they should always go for a walk early in the morning. They can go at any time of the day and with their ease. If they find that there is some exertion, or person is finding it difficult to walk or feeling tired while walking, so let them take some rest and then again put them on walk. Depending upon their functions, ability, they can be given the task and help them in doing that task. And even for the personal hygiene also, they can make a routine. They need some good massaging also, some activities in such a way that they are able to do it effectively.
Basically, sometimes what happens, some type of discomfort if they have, they will feel that, oh, I'm so sick, I will take this medicine. Sometimes they have the habit of taking the different type of medicines, and they are thinking that by taking the medicines we will be all right. So I had an example of one of the elderly persons. He had a problem of hypertension, and he had gone to 2-3 doctors, and earlier one of the doctors gave some medicine, the other person gave another medicine. But what happened then, this person was feeling that he is getting more sick. Without information to the family, he started taking both the blood pressure medicines. He took whatever earlier doctor had already, maybe he had with them, and he took that medicine, plus he took also the other medicine which follow-up checkup, the doctor had given another medicine. So the monitoring of getting medicines, the medications or administration of medicines is really the responsibility of the family, because that can lead to the death of the elderly. Because if they take extra medicine, or if they take medicine, because they have the tendency to take extra medicine. So cautious for medicine is very, very important, and don't allow such situations to come. That is why the goals of care, as Dr. Rita was discussing, was that it has to be there.
When we were talking about the general problem like constipation and the urinary incontinence, in that case, apart from giving the care, personal hygiene, they need to be advised for taking high fiber diet,
Yes,
use of laxative at the time of need only, not making it a habit, as well as use the suppository sometime when it is recommended, and a stool softener can be added to relieve the constipation, because it is a major problem among elderly.
And when they have constipation, then they need to be advised that they don't have pull and push. They don't have to push, because the organs can get displaced. There can be so many problems with that if they push for the constipation. As they were saying that they can have good diet, fruits, and also the urine continence is basically during the night time is very
So
frequent,
they can
very common.
schedule that every 2 hours they need to be taken to the toilet, and toilet schedule can be established, so that before and after
And
meals.
and then at that point of time they have to be told that what is that time they can take the water. If they in the evening, they have to plan the meal of evening in such a way that the elderly does not have the need for taking water after that. So if they take more water at that time, then they may have the tendency or urgency to urinate more frequently during the night. So the bowel bladder care is very, very important, because there is loss of control. Similarly, prevention of falls. Prevention of falls is very, very important. When the elderly goes to the toilet, many elderly have fallen there and they have died. So the fall is a very important cause of death among the very elderly. And then the bathrooms and support system, you can ask them to take the stick, the walker with them, and then hold the gadgets there if they have some problem, because this is all one following the other. If they may have the problem in gait, they may have the problem in sight, they may have problem in hearing. So all these can lead to different types of problems, and then they can also then these all things can also lead to the falls, because they have no control over their gait. So these important things you need to take care while you are taking the care of the elderly. But the most important thing is that maintain the healthy life of the elderly. If you improve the quality of the life of the elderly, and there are policies related to the elderly, there is a national program for elderly also, but the policies have, because you have seen how many facilities have been given. The tax facilities are there, the seat facilities are there, the concessions are there in the air concession, and if you go to the queues, the elderlies are given first preference. There are so many schemes which the government of India has been doing for the elderly, but many more facilities have to be created for better care of the elderly. Thank you very much, Dr. Rita, for giving a very great detail about care of elderly.